Hey YouTube. So I'm going to be bringing you guys a deck profile here on Noble Knights. I've mainly got the whole deck here. I want to get them all actually in this Platinum Rare. I really like it. No idea why. I just love that foil. But finally got everything I need to play the deck. Only one Merlin sadly, but yeah. So without further ado, let's start the deck profile. So like I said, I only have one copy of Merlin. Recommend playing two. Merlin's your main playmaker. It lets you do basically everything you need to do with this deck. Next up, I played two copies of Noble Knight Brothers. Brothers is a good first turn option. It lets you go into some pretty cool stuff, some pretty nice plays. Next up, I run two copies of Bedware. Don't really like Bedware too much, but he can help out a lot. He mills your equip spells to the grave, and he lets you do some other stuff too that's really nice. And sorry about that, but no, he helps you with he helps you extend plays basically, and he's pretty good. Next up, I run one copy of Dristan. No real reason particularly on this one. I actually kind of don't think you need to run him at all. It's a little bit of a brick. Yeah, no, this deck, honestly, there's a couple cards in here I would highly recommend just not running at all. But, oh well. Next up, I run one copy of Guinevere. Trying to make sure that glare isn't causing a problem. I had a comment on one of my last videos about, the glare being bad, but, there we go, that's better. So yeah, this is Guinevere. She equips herself, she's got an effect. A lot of Noble Knight monsters are light attribute, and they become dark when equipped with different equip spells. So she's got a neat effect if the monster is light or dark attributed, which is nice. Two copies of Bedware. Yeah, he's an okay monster. I like him a lot. He does some pretty nice plays. One of the two Noble Knights that I think that you should always run at 3 is Medrod here. There's a cool combo you can do with him and Noble Knight Boars. Because Medrod's effect is, if he has a Noble Arms equip spell, you can special summon a Noble Knight from your deck and then pop the Noble Arms equip spell equipped to him to special summon a Noble Knight from your deck. I mean, technically special summon the Noble Knight, then pop it. So it combos well with Boars, who, well, he's equipped with an equip spell. You can choose any 3 Noble Arms equip spells from your grave. Your opponent picks one of them, and then one of them at random, and then that gets added to your hand. The other 2 get sent to grave. And it's got some pretty cool combos you can do with that. 2 Custonin. Custinins. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you control a Noble Arms equip spell, you can special summon him. He helps you go into Icehold a little bit easier. Actually, one of the best opening hands you can get is if you get Brothers plus 2 more and 1 Custonin. Like, seriously, if you can open up with these 2 and then just any 2 other Noble Knight monsters and 1 Noble Arms equip spell, like, you can... I mean, it'd be better if you just opened up with these 3 particularly. But as long as you can get one more Noble Knight in your hand, opening hand, and 1 equip spell, you can pop off pretty easily with this deck. So next up, 3 copies of Pelennor. I mean, Pellennor's okay. I don't really like his effect too much, but he's just another name. I run a lot of the Noble Knights I run just for names, and it's not because I'm running the field spell, though I do have that cited. I actually do like the field spell. Sadly, it's not what they need, but it's an okay field spell. 2 copies of Gawain. He special summons himself if you control a light normal monster, which a lot of the Noble Knight monsters, if they aren't equipped with equip spells, count as light normal monsters, so it's always nice. 1 copy of Qualshad, and then this is technically a 41 card deck, just because I do like the Synchro, but you don't have to play it. So I do run one copy of Lady in the Lake. If you want to make this a 40-card deck, just drop this and drop the Synchro, and you're basically golden. Next up, I'm going to start with the non-equipped cards first for this deck. But I run one copy of Rhoda, one copy of Last Chapter, and then 2 copies of Glory. So Rhoda explains itself. Last Chapter, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can basically target a Noble Arms equip spell and a Noble Knight in your graveyard and special summon both. Well, special summon the monster and equip it with the equip spell, which is nice. And then Glory is a quick play spell that lets you target a Noble Knight you control and equip it with any equip spell from your deck, which is good. So next up, I run, these are for the equip spells, I run 2 copies of Clarent. So basically, well, this is equipped. You can pay 500 life points to have your monster attack directly. And it doesn't do half damage, which is nice. So it's all right. 2 copies of Excalibur. Don't actually like this card very much, but it's basically a rank up magic for the deck. It doesn't really do much else beyond the rank up magic. Basically, the turn after this is sent to grave. You can banish it in order to rank up a Noble Knight XEs into the rank 5. 3 copies of Caliburn. Yeah, it's an okay card. You gain 500 attack, 500 life, which is nice. So basically, you can use these 2 in conjunction with each other. You don't lose any life from attacking directly, basically, off of this. We'll copy up Arthur. Your monster loses 500 attack to destroy a face-down spell trap, which is okay. It's very situational, and I only run 1 because it's a Noble Arms name, basically, which is good for Isold. Then 2 copies of Destiny. Keeps your monster for once per turn. Your monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, which is nice. Then the last card I run is 3 copies of Gallatin. Your monster gains 1,000 attack and loses 200 during each of your turns, or each of your standby phases. It's an okay card. The attack boost helps, especially with Clarent, to get that extra. I mean, basically, if you can get Clarent, Gallatin, Destiny, and Caliburn equipped to 1 monster, especially if it's the level 5, you can be swinging you can swing directly for 37, then 35, then 33, and yeah, no, it's kind of nice. I just kind of wish you didn't have the attack point loss on this. It would have been a little bit nicer. I'll do, I mean, I only have 1 right now, but 2 copies of Isold. A friend's borrowing my other copy, but 2 copies of Isold. Goes without question. When it's special summoned, you search a monster. That's actually a good way to search Custonin, especially if you control Noble Arms equip spell, because they can be equipped to her. Then you mill equip spells to grave to special summon a monster. Everyone knows what Isold does. I run 2 copies of Highlands Long, which is the Synchro. It's okay. I like it because when it's Synchro summoned, you can equip a Noble Arms equip from your deck to him, which is nice. So you get to basically mill from your deck a little bit more. And if he destroys a monster by battle at the end of the battle phase, you get to add a Noble Knight or Noble Arms from your deck to your hand. So you get a search off if he destroys something, which 2,100 attack, plus like Gallatin, Caliburn, anything you equip from it onto him. I mean, the minimum attack he'll have at any given time is probably around 26 if you equip Caliburn to him, and 31 if you equip Gallatin. 3 copies of Sacred Noble Knight King Custonin. He's a pretty good card. He basically is a rank up magic in and of himself. So basically you can detach any number of materials from him to target that many cards your opponent controls and return them to the hand. and he requires 2 or more level 4 Noble Knights. So, you know, you can make him with 4 materials, 5 materials, and be able to pop back 5 cards, which is nice. And if he's destroyed by a battle or a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Noble Knight Xyz from your extra deck, except for himself, and attach him to it as Xyz material. So that works conjunction if you want to summon the rank 4, which is Artorigrus, King of the Noble Knights, which is nice. When he's Xyz summoned, you get to target up to 3 Noble Arm equipped spells in your graveyard and equip them to him. They all have to have different names, but all of the Noble Arms say that you can only control 1 copy of each on the field anyways. So, I mean, I feel like that was kind of, didn't matter too much. And then you can detach a material to destroy that many spell and trap cards on the field. So if you have 3 equipped spells on them, detach 1, you get to destroy 3 spell or traps on the field, which is nice. And then 1 copy of Sacred King of High Artorigrus. I actually recommend running him at 3. I just only own 1. But when he's Xyz summoned, you get to target 3 in your grave as well. And he's got a really neat effect where you can detach to target a face-up monster on the field and pop it. I mean, it's targeting destruction, which is ew, but he's okay. Then 1 copy of Excalibur. It's kind of like him. Just for the name is pretty much why I decided to run him. I also want to run the heroic, the comic hero King Arthur in here as well, but I don't have a copy of that anymore. But you can detach 2 Xyz materials from him to double his attack, so he becomes a 4,000 attack till the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's okay. And then 1 copy of number 86. So like I said earlier, with a little combo involving brothers Boars, Medrot, and Custonin, you can easily get out this guy with 4 or 5 materials, and this thing is just god tier with 5 materials on it. Once per turn, you get a free destruction of all of your opponent's cards. Your opponent can't normal or special summon any monsters. Its attack basically doubles, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Like, yeah, you have to detach materials during each turn, but you know what? Who cares? This thing right here is just broken. I would recommend getting a Gossip Shadow. I don't own one, but if you can make this with like 3 materials and still make like a Gossip Shadow with like 3 materials, you can make him essentially with 7 materials on him. So yeah, this thing can be really broken. Either way there, though, that is my version of Noble Knights that I run. So yeah, feel free to change around the deck as you guys wish. And I do recommend getting the 3 Merlin. Merlin's one of your main play starters. But thank you guys for your time, and have a wonderful day.